You know, I will never cease to be amazed at how some people have their hearts filled with so much hatred and bitterness that they would actually make demands of people doing what we're doing up here, hanging up ornaments of inspiration for people who have lost loved ones, for people who have gone through struggles this holiday season, who would demand we cease and desist and stop doing what we're doing. I have several responses to them. I have two very special responses here at the end of this video. Here are, am I going to cease and desist? Am I going to stop because you think this is somehow some sort of tomfoolery or just something that shouldn't be done? Well, here's my first 12 responses. And stay tuned after these 12 because I've got two very special, very personal responses for you two individuals who told me to cease and desist. Number one, we've got a crayon up out there as of about 5 minutes ago for Tracy Hayward, who survived breast cancer in both breasts, went through a divorce, and lost both of her parents in the same year. Tracy's still with us. That's the good news. And Tracy went on to find a new husband that loves her very much. Wonderful good news. Tracy, you've got a crayon up and it's pink. You requested pink. You've got one. Number two, we've got one up for Karen Nelson, who in 1998 lost her father to COPD. She mentioned he was a heavy smoker. Along with putting a crayon up for Karen in memory of her father, we'd like to, nudge you guys out there and girls who smoke to maybe, New Year's is coming up. New Year's resolutions is a big thing. Maybe it's time. I smoked for a few years. I did it. I stopped. It can be done. Number three, Roy Parman wanted a green crayon for those who suffer from mental illness. Roy, you got your green crayon. Our thoughts, our prayers, our best wishes, and meditative practices go out to everybody suffering from mental illness. Know a little bit about that. Number four, we've got a crayon up for Miss 6 Park 6 Goddess. Very interesting user ID, but she lost her grandmother back in 1998 to breast cancer. So there's a crayon up for you. Number five, Bright Purple Viking. Her daughter fought and survived Ewing's sarcoma. Then she suffered 7 deaths in the family in 1 year. She left a very long message in Bright Purple Viking. I read the whole thing. She went on and talked about how basically her and her family were camped at the mouth of hell for a year. And for so long is how she put it. And they could have chosen to be bitter. They could have filled their hearts with hatred and lashed out at others who were trying to do something good in the world, but they chose to be better. So you've got crayons up here. You've got one crayon for you and your family, your daughter, and thank you for inspiring us. Number six, we put a crayon up for Linda Stadel. She's got an uncomfortable situation going on involving some estrangement from her son and her daughter-in-law. Linda, you've got your crayon up. Gretchen Angel. This one hits close to home. Gretchen is one of my neighbors here in Albemarle County, the Charlottesville area. Gretchen asked that I put up crayons for Hannah Graham and Morgan Harrington, who were murdered here in Charlottesville. This was big national news here, especially when they caught the killer, whose name we won't give credit to on this channel. But we do give to the families of Hannah Graham, Morgan Harrington, and those who knew them. They've got crayons up in their memory here in our field of faith. These crayons, of course, again, representing ornaments of inspiration. Alan Spring asked that we put one up for first responders. We did. Thank you, Alan, for your request. First responders are very important to all of us. Kathy Kaler asked we put one up for her sister, who's had medical problems since 1972. Kathy, I was born in 1973, so that's a long time to be suffering from medical problems. So your sister and yourself have a crayon up. Danielle Deems, my old schoolmate, she was a few years behind me there. She asked that we put up a crayon for autism awareness. Danielle, we've done that. Ann Butler and her dad. Ann, we've got a crayon up for you and your dad in honor and memory of your mom and your father's wife of 46 years, who died back in 2015. Last week was my birthday. I just turned 45. So this man was married to this woman for an entire year longer than I've been on this earth. That amazes me. That's an inspirational story. And then number 12, we've got a crayon up for Rising from the Ashes is the user ID here on YouTube. Ma'am, we put up a teal crayon upon your request in honor and memory of your baby, Malia, who you lost, and also for for all that abuse you went through in your youth. I was very disheartened to read that. I'm glad you're still with us. I wish you the best this holiday season, this Christmas. And you've got a crayon up here in our field of faith. So now, to the two individuals who are so filled with hatred and just demand that we shut down our operations, we stop doing what we're doing, we cease and desist, these two crayons are for you. As I walk back down there this evening to spend the evening with my beautiful bride and my darling son, I thought I heard deer. I know they're coming out about this time of day. The sun will be down soon. I'm going to hang these crayons in our field of faith for you, okay? And I'm going to pray for you that you find love and acceptance of yourselves in your heart, and you can be happy this holiday season too, okay? We will not give you any of the attention you want by allowing your comments to remain on our channel, because we're all about positivity here. We're about inspiration, hope, faith, but you're getting your crayons. We don't hate you. You might hate us. We don't hate you. So thanks for being with me for another quick Ornaments of Inspirational dedication video here, guys. Keep them coming in. We're going to keep them coming up. We've got plenty more crayons where these came from. So we'll see you for more next time from here at Homesteading Off the Grid. I'm going to give you a beautiful parting shot of sunset on the homestead. Isn't this beautiful? You always see sunrise in the morning rambles. Here's what it looks like at sunset.